is our first podcast. Welcome
Woo!
to the TM New Home Connection. It's what we've named it. We've coined it. That's it. It's what we're doing. I am Christy Durrett. I am with Turner Mangum Real Estate. I have been with them for 4 years now. Before that, I was in new home sales for about 18 years. And I am joined with my co-host, Christy Price.
Hello, I'm Christy Price. I have been with Turner Mangum for a little over 2 years now. And prior to that, I spent 10 years in real estate and 3 of those years in new home sales.
Hey, and now we're here doing this together.
Yes, Christy and Christy.
That's right, Durrett and Price.
Yeah, Durrett and Price.
That's easier. Y'all, our first guest, the Turner to our Turner Mangum, we have Jared Turner.
Founder of Turner Mangum, Mr. Jared Turner.
Yay!
How are you, Jared?
I am exceptionally well today. How are you, Christy?
I'm good. I drank half my tea, though. So
Again.
I know. I know.
That's okay.
It is okay. So, Jared, tell us the story. Tell us the story of Turner Mangum. How was it in the beginning?
The story of Turner Mangum?
Not many people know the story.
Well, I kind of like it that way.
New Home Connection will connect them
That's right.
to
We're
the TN story.
bringing this story to the forefront.
So Turner Mangum is a family-owned and operated brokerage in Houston, Texas, with a big emphasis on new homes, because that is primarily my background. So my background, 2001, I stumbled upon a job in new home sales, right? Nobody grows up saying they want to sell new homes,
No.
right? Christy Durrett sold new homes, Christy Price sold new homes. That was never something you wanted to do growing up.
Never
right?
knew it was an option,
I
actually.
didn't even know it
No.
existed.
I didn't know it was a thing,
No, me either.
okay? So my senior year of college, I am going to night school at University of Houston, 10 hours shy of my engineering degree.
Ooh, that explains a lot.
Yeah,
about
that does
him.
explain a lot.
10 hours shy. And working a couple different jobs, poor like you wouldn't believe. I think I was making $7.50 an hour at the time.
Ooh.
Had a 1-year-old.
Wait, doing what? What were you doing at the time?
So at the time, I just transitioned from being a teller at a bank, right?
I can see that.
Well, they closed at 7, so I could go to night school at 8 o'clock. And then I transitioned into farmers insurance, thinking that's what I wanted to do as a career.
Ooh.
Okay, well, this was 20 something years ago. And while I was out prospecting, I ran into a buddy of mine who had somehow gotten into new homes. And again, had no idea this career was even an option.
Who was your buddy?
Tommy Walker,
Oh, okay.
Oh.
who, shout out Tommy Walker.
Yeah.
Crosby knows him as TJ. So Tommy is the reason, and he got on to me a couple different times. We need to go to lunch. We need to do this. We need to do that. Because you do not need to be an insurance agent. You need to go into new home sales, work weekends, and that was the turnoff, right? You don't work every weekend. But again, this whole industry was new to me. I'd never even heard of selling new homes, right? But I'm X amount of debt at U of H. I still have my 1-year-old at home, right? Melissa and I have been married for 2-3 years at the time. And Tommy finally talked me into going to lunch. And we're at lunch, and he shows me his paycheck from the previous month. And it was like 10 months worth of pay for me.
Wow.
And I was Tommy, I said, what are you going to do with all this money? Like this is, you made all this in 1 month? And it was like 2.5, 3 closings, right? But back then the average price was like $130,000. So I said, okay, I will interview with your manager and we'll just see where it goes. So 10 days later, I interview with Beezer Homes. And I'll never forget it. The manager at the time, I point blank asked him, because again, I'm about to graduate with my engineering degree. And I point blank asked him, what do you expect a first year sales consultant to make? And this was 2001, right?
Yeah.
He said, if you don't make 70 grand, you're going to be fired. And that was like double what the engineering degree would have paid for the first few years once I started. And so like a lot of us, I accepted the job, and then you speak with the missus and you plan, say, hey, I know this is weekends, but we can make a lot of money here. Mm-hmm. So we're going to do this for a few years. We're going to do it for a few years. We're going to save money. I'm going to get my degree, and we're going to live that normal Monday through Friday life, right? Yeah, that didn't happen.
Yeah, it was like 10 years,
That
15
didn't happen.
years.
15 years later,
That was 15
you know, it's the new home side of things was just jaw dropping. We owe everything to it. It was a life changer. Financially, the people we met, and I just immersed myself in it. It was something I never knew of, like I said. And a couple years with Beezer, a couple years with another builder, ended up being 15 years total, because I didn't think of it as a job. It was something that I really enjoyed doing, but it was providing for the family, and it was providing very well. And so, again, fast forward 15 years of doing that. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a super competitive person.
Yes.
I may be laid back, but I will rip your arm off if I need to get a deal, right? And so, at the time, 2014-ish, there were some certain real estate agents, there were some certain teams out there who you partner with, who you hear about, who are number one, who are this, who are that. And I just remember thinking, I can do that. I can do that. Keller Williams trained them, EXP trained them, Coldwell Banker trained those guys. They don't know anything about what we do. I can do that. So in 2014, my developer came to me and said, we have a 60 to 90 day gap, right? Which is common in the industry. 60 to 90 days is not a big deal, but I know that that's probably more like a 6 to 7 month gap as opposed to a 2 to 3 month gap. Mm-hmm. And I had no preparation. I had a big backlog. I had registration cards for my new section. And I just picked up the phone and quit. It was just time. You know when you know. And I don't know what it was. I didn't even start my real estate license yet. I had no broker lined up. I just said, this is it. This is what I'm going to do. And so I called my manager, Charlene, at Lennar, gave her my notice. She thought I was joking because it ended up being April Fool's Day. I had no idea it was April Fool's Day. That's how random this act was. And I walked out the door. And it took me a while to get my license because I didn't know exactly what was needed for that. I had done no research. I just knew I could do it, mm-hmm. right? And so it took a little while to get going, to get my licensing, to find a broker. My broker is actually Turner Mangum, who is my mother-in-law. So she was the second Turner Mangum edition, if you will. I was the first for 6 months trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing. I'm calling expireds. I'm calling foreclosures. I'm knocking on doors. And that's the tough part, because at Lennar, I was always, if not the top, I was one of the top. And so you go from this big backlog to calling an expired listing and try to explain to them how you can help them.
Yep.
They don't know me. They don't know I was NHC of the year the last 4 years. They know nothing, right? So it was grounding, but at the same time, I knew I could do it. I just knew I could do it, right? And so my brother-in-law, Caleb Mangum, was a ripe 22 at the time, graduating Sam Houston with a marketing degree. Donna was getting her broker license for me. I said, listen, I just need the broker license. I'll pay for it. I think she was still a barber at the time. And that was the early days of TM. It was waiting for my brother-in-law to graduate to help me in marketing, waiting for my mother-in-law to get her broker's license, and me just trying to figure it out.
So what was the goal at that time for Turner Mangum? Like what was your vision for the company in the early days?
It was very simple. It was, I sold new homes for 15 years. My son was about 15 at the time. Okay. My daughter was 11. It was to catch up on family time. That's all it was. It was to take a break, catch up on family time. I'd been smart with my money. I psyched myself out saying, listen, I only need to sell 1.2 homes a month to pay my bills. And that's just the way I broke it down, is if I can't, I've been in this business for 15 years. If I can't sell 1.2 homes a month, then I'll go back to the model home. And so I didn't start selling 1.2 homes a month for like 6 months. It's not as easy as people think.
Yeah.
It's not.
But the premise was to catch up on family time, things that we had missed out on. Because again, new home sales is super rewarding, can be financially, but it does pull on the family side of things. You are the last one to birthday parties if you even show up. You're not at T-ball games on Saturday. You're not at church on Sunday most of the time because you have to be there at noon. So the whole premise was to catch up. But then once TM gets rolling, early 15, the competitiveness comes out, right? If you sell one home, you want to sell two. If you sell two, you want to sell four. If you sell four, you want to sell 8. And then the vision started to be the team that is there to help, not to ask, right? And so, because the partners that we had always worked with, everything was about them. Everything was about that partner, right? What deal do you have for me? What can you do for me? When are you going to bring me a client, right? It's those types of things. To where we wanted to flip the script, to where, listen, with my background, I can help this sales counselor at Lennar, at DR Horton, at Meritage, whatever. We can pour into this as almost like a secondary manager, but from the real estate side, from the resale side, that had never been done in the market before, ever, for 2 reasons. One, nobody had our resume, right? And 2, you've got to want to do it.
Yeah.
You've got to want to pour into people and to help. And what happened was, and it happened pretty quick, is if I help one sales counselor, then that turns into 2, then that turns into 4, then that turns into 8, right? And so 2014 was tough to get off the ground. 2015, I think we closed maybe 26 homes, something like that. And then 2016, we closed 127, and it just started to snowball from there. I brought on my sister Jade Turner. So there was 4 of us in the office at that point, and I think the next year we closed almost 200 homes, just us 4. And it's just, these are true resale closings, right? These are not listings, and we're just running all over the place. And that's just, people called us where we were needed. We weren't knocking on doors at that point. The word of mouth had spread so well that people were calling us to help them. And that's the premise of TM, is we are here to help in any way we possibly can. And the proof is in the proverbial pudding. We've been the number 1 broker for the past 2 years by a long shot. Not a Keller Williams, not an EXP, not a Coldwell, not somebody that's been on the market for 40 years, but for us we're rounding like year 7 or 8. And it all started with just, I really want to try something different. And that's what we did.
So, how would you describe Turner Mangum now in the present, 2023? What would you say our business goal is?
Business goal? You know, I don't like goals too much.
I like goals.
You like goals.
I love goals.
My goal is, yes, we have goals centered around numbers. Of course we do, right? But what has made TM so successful is to worry about people and not processes, right? So a Christy Durrett, a Christy Price, these are people that cannot be replaced in this industry, right? There's no way in the world, if one of you two left today, that anybody out there right now could fill your shoes. And I think the important thing is realizing that, because so many brokerages rely on a process that is a plug and play process. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. We plug and play. Well, you know what? We can implement those processes. But again, a Christy Price is not replaceable. She does the work of 10 people.
Well, thank you.
Christy Durrett does the work of 10. You just can't. So the goal is to take care of your people in whatever that means. Okay, that can be pay, that can be structure, that can be just being there for that person, and then everything else falls into place after that. It just falls into place. And the same goes with our builder partners. We represent more builders in Houston than anybody else. That's why.
Yep.
We are, what can we do? What was your last quarter? Let's try to make it better. What is your biggest pain point? Let's try to help to make it better, right? It's not, where are my deals? And that is the backbone of real estate, is asking about deals, setting yourself up on a pedestal, because that's what all these brokerages teach you to do, to market yourself, to where we do the exact opposite. And guess what? Nobody else is going to do it, because one, they don't have the experience to do it, and two, they don't want to do it.
Yeah.
They want to prop themselves up. And so my goal is to take care of you guys. We have about 15, 16 on the team now. And if I take care of what I need to take care of, then everything else just falls into place. I mean, it has. We closed more homes last year than the 2 and 3 real estate company combined. And it's literally, it's not, hey, we need to have X amount of closings. It's, who are we not touching?
Yeah, it's all happened very organically.
100% organic.
Just whenever we meet with builders, we tell them the story, we tell them what we're going to do. It's almost like,
It's a different mindset.
yeah, it really changes the way that they think about partnering with a brokership or with a broker.
It's a partnership that nobody else can duplicate. You know,
I agree.
one thing that we like to say is we're uncopyable.
Yeah.
And we are uncopyable. Nobody can do what we do, period.
No, I think a lot of that attributes to we're builder centric, which is a word that I like to use about Turner Mangum. We're very builder centric. That's basically our only venture that we have in the real estate market here in Houston. So we don't have other focuses. You know, we don't turn the builder world off and then go to commercial or training, or you know what I mean. We only focus on builder, and I think that has a lot to do with all of our backgrounds coming from builders, where we are sales consultants trained by builders, not real estate agents trained by Remax or Keller Williams. So
I think we're very good at staying in our lane.
yeah,
And our lane is new home construction. And that's just something that we nourish and we take care of. And if you do that, then the results will always be positive.
yeah.
You know, sometimes that's financial, sometimes it's relationships, but at the end of the day, it's all going to pay off.
I think a lot of it is relationships.
It's 100% relationships.
I mean, we don't focus on profits and like commission numbers. I mean, we really focus on who are we partnering with? Okay, how many people do we need to see that wanted to
Yep.
see us, and who wanted to meet with us? Because I feel like we're constantly being asked to talk to new people, or
It's a cliche of taking care of people and good things happen, but that is truly, we take care of our people, but with an expertise and a background that nobody else has.
right.
And that's the uncopyable part of it.
No, I would agree. I mean, you can't replicate. Durrett was in the model home for 18 years.
18 years. And it's just a passion. And there's some people that love it, and you can't teach that. You can't. Again, I didn't even know that the job existed.
I had no clue.
But
Neither.
when I found it, I'm like, well, I don't even need to finish college. I have found my career. I will just.
And by the way, I'm still 10 hours shy of my engineering degree.
Oh, I'm about 2 years shy at Baylor, but I'm not going back.
20-something
So-
years later. So I didn't take one more class
No.
after Beezer hired me.
No.
I found it. I found my niche.
I figured out that this job existed, and then I figured out how to make it around the Beltway.
Ooh.
And then I was like, well, I'm set. I'm staying in Houston.
Done.
So, but speaking of new home sales, and then that was your background, is there anything that you miss about being a new home sales consultant?
Anything I miss?
Well, don't say it like that. Yes. Anything you miss?
Honestly, not really.
Well, we appreciate the honesty.
That is
Because
very
we're
honest.
having, because we enjoy what we do now on
Yes.
this side so much.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe some of the camaraderie on some of the meetings and
Oh,
those types
now
of things.
I feel like, no, you were not a
Yeah.
meeting person.
Well, I've never been a meeting person, and I
No.
never will be a meeting person.
No,
That's not what this
so-
is about. But the thing is, I think we're still so close to it. I don't feel like I'm removed from it.
Yeah. I can see that.
That's so true.
We are.
Yeah.
We're still very much immersed in the day to day.
I mean, we're in
Yeah.
10,
I've been-
20, 30 models
Yes.
a week. So I really don't feel like we're totally removed from it.
Right.
Right.
We're just there in a different role.
Right. A better role. A role that we're able to help from all the years of our experience.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, what's the craziest thing that's happened to you in a model home?
The craziest thing that's happened to me in a model home. Not like cancellations and and those types of things, right?
No.
Durrett might remember this. There was because I got hit by it. There was two ladies. This must have been like 2006 or 7. And what they would do is one would come in first and inquire about the model. And most of us at Lennar at the time, we didn't have partners. Most of us.
Yeah.
Right? And you had 2 model homes, right? So she would come in, introduce herself, and then she would want the model tour. Fine, I do that 10 times a day,
Right.
all day long, right? So we take the tour, and this is, 20, 30 minutes, whatever, because I have 2 models. And I come back, and I'm walking with her, right? My entire office is cleaned out.
Yeah.
My laptop is gone. I mean, back then I didn't have an iPad, but anything of value, everything was gone, rifled through, gone. And the lady puts on this big show, drama, oh my God, blah, blah, because we're standing right there, right? And we're looking around, because it'd only been 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And so I'm calling the police. She's like, hey, here's my number. I can attest to anything. And she leaves. Right? Police show up 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later. He was like, you're the 6th model they've hit in the last 2 days.
So, Jared,
Yes.
you're kind of like a phantom in the industry.
Totally.
You're not showy. You're not flashy. So, I need
Phantom.
five fast facts about Jared Turner.
And go.
Go.
5 fast facts.
Yes, this isn't fast.
Fast. We're already not fast.
I know.
Not fast. OCD.
Ooh.
Not fast.
No, you can't repeat. You can't repeat.
Phantom. Even keeled. And funny.
Okay, well, look,
Oh,
Hilarious.
we're gonna have to just ask for some facts. Who's your favorite band
Oh.
Favorite band.
or singer?
As of right now, it's the Bacon Brothers.
Oh my word.
Kevin Bacon, the actor.
I love Kevin Bacon.
Did you know he had a band?
No,
They
but
put on a good show.
I call him the Baconator. I love him.
So you need to look up Bacon Brothers.
Really?
Yes.
This is like Michael C. Hall, the guy that plays Dexter. He has a band, and they're really good.
Yes. So you would have never guessed that.
Okay, Bacon. Is that for real though? Is
It
that
is.
For real, they
for
do
real.
have a band.
No, is
And
it for real like your favorite band?
I mean, I don't really have a favorite band, but that's one that we enjoy going to watch.
like he's made it
They
a point
put-
to go see their show.
They put on a good show.
Okay, favorite movie. Do you watch movies?
No, I feel like you could say TV show because he and Caleb.
Favorite movie. I don't really have a favorite movie. We don't watch a lot of movies.
Jared.
I like this time of year. I like all the Halloween movies, the horror movies.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna take this because
And I'm
I
funny.
do love Halloween.
Oh my gosh! Now
I mean, how many
you're gonna
Halloween, like the trilogy or whatever? How many movies are there actually?
Okay.
There's like 20 of them.
Do you know I've never seen one of them?
go- What?
I've never seen one. But I'm gonna
Well, then
take.
you're not who I thought you were.
Well, I'm gonna take your answer though. That your favorite movies are the Halloween movies.
Yes. Take it.
I would have
Phantom.
not guessed either of those things. What that about you, or that you haven't seen it? I'm totally shocked at this moment.
Nope, haven't. Seen
What a
it.
revelation!
Insert eye roll.
That was
Okay.
that was a very, very poor 5 fast facts.
Yes, it was.
So OCD.
Ask stupid questions, get stupid. No.
Jared, no.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just
so
kidding.
OCD. Let's talk about your OCD.
So, I am a very structured, regimented, to-do list. I don't turn the page on a day unless everything is crossed off that to-do list.
Speaking. Hey, let me see your to-do list.
No,
Let me see it.
no, it's fine.
No, let me see it.
Uh-uh.
So
Price is opening Jared's diary at the moment.
yes, we call this Jared's diary. Is this
No,
is this
it's
a
not-
grocery list too?
no,
It says, well, you got your hair cut. That's crossed out.
Today already?
no. I didn't have time, so I just crossed it out.
Well, how many pages are in here? I'm not gonna read anything that's embarrassing. There's only 3 pages.
He just
do you
started
take
his
pages
new-
out as they're
Every day.
done?
Every day.
So this is just for today.
The second pages.
The second page is just for today.
Yes.
He better
Do
have
you have a
blocked it
problem
all
with my to-do
off.
list?
No,
that
but
bad.
this is an interesting. There's a trailer in Pasadena.
You have to drive to Pasadena today?
Y'all, I need something stronger in my tea.
Okay. So
I don't understand any of this.
That's the
I
point.
see TP written a lot, and then actually toilet paper is written out. It says TP here, toilet paper here,
That's our office.
TP here, but that's crossed off.
Turner
so
Place.
what?
Oh.
Turner
It's not
Place,
for
the
toilet
office
paper.
that-
There is not a toilet paper emergency.
Not that I'm aware of. Anyway.
Like there was. We've all lived
That was my
through
meeting
that
with
now.
the builder the other day.
I'm not going to read any
Yesterday.
of this. Well,
But so that
I'm trying to
explains-
find something juicy to
Fan-
give our listeners.
Phantom.
But I know.
No. So okay. So well, that does explain though the whole engineering background. You are
Oh,
very
yeah.
meticulous. We do appreciate that you have a to-do list and that you cross things.
I don't
off.
feel like you do right now.
I do. I love a good to-do list and that things get crossed off. I think that's very important.
Dorette loves to write things down too.
I write everything down.
I don't. I
and it's a
send
good thing
emails.
that
You
Turner
send a lot
Mangum
of
has
emails.
good
I send a lot of emails. I'm like,
I like an email too for follow-up after I've written it down.
The OCD leads to. Do you print it too afterwards?
Look at
Your
my
email?
print.
You
It
don't print it in
depends.
the email.
I will. When I was a new home sales consultant, I would and put it in their file. Anyways, okay. So back in your younger years, you were going to be a basketball player.
I was a basketball player
Oh, excuse me.
really?
in high school.
Were you good?
I was really good.
Define good.
I mean, I was
For-
really
this
good.
was
If
for-
anybody knows me back then, I was.
They
I was
knew
pretty
you
good.
for your hoops, your court skills. What
For
are
a
the
white
what's
guy,
the
I could play.
He's
Yes.
you're like the Crosby High School basketball king. How tall are you?
5'10" ish.
And you play basketball?
Yeah.
in Crosby? They're
I was really good.
okay. So from Crosby,
Wait, no, back to this. Wait, hold on. What position did you play in basketball?
2 shooting guard.
I don't know.
I don't know what
Did
that
you-
means.
do you even know what
you
the
would
positions are?
shoot-
I know
you
what
would
center
shoot
is.
The hoop.
Oh, no, center's the big guy.
Well,
so
that's
you-
why I didn't think you played basketball. So
Well, they're not all centers.
That's what I said. See, when we were talking about this, there's small players that are good.
I guess that's true.
Through middle school and high school, that's what I enjoyed to do, was play basketball.
Do you still play basketball?
I haven't in a couple years, but
Okay.
I was in a league a while back that we played
Wait,
at
what?
5 a.m.
You were in a. You
Well,
were in a
it was
league?
not a league. A
Like
bunch
you had
of,
sweatbands around your head. I mean, you were
Oh my
5 a.m.
goodness.
in a league.
I've never worn a sweatband, no. I'm not sure what
That's just what I'm
leagues you're
envisioning.
in.
We need TM sweatbands.
Yes.
But up until about 3 or 4 years ago, I played very regularly
In a league.
at 5 a.m.
So what changed?
What?
Why don't-
Partly pandemic, partly got too busy.
Okay.
Oh, the pandemic stopped your
You
dream.
know, wah wah.
No, I'm still a basketball player.
If you haven't
Just 'cause I
played in
don't play.
2 years, that's not like
He's
riding a bike.
retired. He's retired. He's had to retire. But
Y'all have no idea.
what was the name of your league?
It was at the gym. I don't even know.
Just a group of guys that
Just
get
a group
together
of
at
guys.
5 a.m.
5 a.m., 5 to
shoot some
7.
hoops.
The cross-
5 to 7?
Yes.
2 hours?
Yes.
That's a normal game? That seems lengthy.
It was lengthy.
Wow.
Did y'all have jerseys? What was your number?
No, we didn't have jerseys.
What would your number be if you had to have a basketball?
In high school, it was 23.
23.
Oh, Lord.
What?
What's 23 mean?
Isn't that, am I wrong?
That's Michael Jordan.
Yes, thank you.
Just a happy coincidence.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
okay,
Jared was
okay.
like,
You
he
don't
was
get to pick your
totally in
number
his
in high
moment.
school.
I feel like you did. I feel like you what they gave you that thinking you were the JT was the MJ of
Oh
Crosby.
my God.
Oh my goodness. I'm just surprised that we knew that was Michael Jordan.
I think I know a few things about sports. I just didn't know you were in a league, and I'm blown away.
Fantastic.
So for the promo for this episode, we're gonna need a picture. I mean, you played it in high school. Do you have a picture of you
Yeah,
playing?
black and white. Yeah.
Black and white. Weren't you in high school in like what?
I think the yearbook's in black and
90s?
white.
It wasn't black and white in the
In
90s.
the 90s, yeah.
It wasn't black and white in the 90s.
I can get you a
Dead.
photo. I can get you a photo, yes.
We're gonna need to put that as the cover image for this, and we're gonna have to name this episode something like basketball themed.
We can think about it.
I'm
The,
dead.
the
Okay.
JT's the MJ of real estate.
Okay.
I feel like I've been bamboozled.
So what do you do outside of Turner Mangum?
And basketball.
Which I feel like is not a lot because
It's
I
not a
talked
lot.
to you all
No,
day.
it is. Let's be honest. It is.
Oh,
you
yeah.
do have other
Ranch
hobbies.
trips.
So,
So we do like to get out to, we've got a place in West Texas that we deer hunt on, we get dirty, fill up feeders. That's our getaway. And we don't get out there very much anymore because again, this thing is really, really taken off. But yeah, I know you call me 20 times a day, so there's not a lot of time for much else. But that's what, if I'm not working, we're usually there in West Texas.
You have
Still
another
working.
house though.
yeah. You have a newfound
Yeah,
hobby.
You have the
that's-
pair.
We have a short-term rental on the Frio River.
Do you like floating the river? Are you a river floater? What do they call river rats? What do they call them?
A river.
Isn't that what they call them?
That's what they.
What do they call
that's
them?
An
We're not
interview
sure.
brand. I
What are
think.
the river people called?
Have y'all never floated the river?
I've done it once, which being from Texas, I'm kind of shocked that I haven't done it more, but I've done it once and I don't know that it was my thing.
So it can be a lot of work.
I was exhausted by the end of
It
it.
can be a lot, depending on the water level, depending on who's with you. We haven't truly floated in probably 3 or 4 years. We sit.
So your home
sit
is
in the river.
Yeah, you can just kind of go
And you
outside.
chill
and
out, you
sit.
hang out,
Yeah,
you people
watch
watch.
the floaters.
You check Price's emails. You do those things.
I have a lot of things to say.
I know, you always do.
I know.
Oh, you mean in general?
Yes.
Thought I meant about the river.
Yes, I call and email a lot.
Well, there's a lot going on.
So
Well, that's what I mean. We've got a lot going on. I got a lot
So
to say.
hunting, the river,
Anything outdoors.
outdoors.
We love to be outdoors, yes. Family and I. Mhm.
Yes. Okay.
Any other hobbies outside of real estate?
There's no time right now, so no.
Do you collect anything? I'm trying to find out something about you. You don't collect anything? No.
Relationships with builders.
Lord of mercy.
Sales
Okay.
counselors.
So
I don't have baseball cards or trinkets or watches or I'm not that guy.
It's just his jersey.
Just his jersey.
Okay, but so in Crosby though, you're on property.
Mm-hmm.
So again, back to the outdoorsy thing. And did you or do you have any interesting pets on your property?
Interesting pets.
Did
so we
you-
do live on acreage at the moment. We currently have 4 dogs.
4?
4 dogs. We live out in the country. And my daughter has a few cats.
A few.
A few.
So 4 dogs and a few cats.
Because I really have no idea how many cats there are.
But they're not inside.
No.
Okay, they're like barn cats.
Mm-hmm.
Those are good cats.
But
They're
you don't
great
have
cats.
ranch dogs. You don't have property dogs. You have what kind of dogs?
Well, I try to tell my wife they're hers. We have 2 Yorkies, which are the little yappers, 4 or 5 pounders.
Yes.
And then we have 2 Basset Hounds, which are amazing.
What are the dogs' names? All 4 of them. What are their names?
The Bassets are Grady and Birdie.
Grady.
Grady
Grady and Birdie.
and Birdie.
Okay.
Like Hope Floats, Birdie.
I've
Birdie.
never seen that
Okay.
movie.
You've never seen Hope Floats?
I don't watch movies. I've seen the movies
Good
that
job.
you and I quote together.
Yes.
Like Adam
Birdie.
Sandler. We quote
Back when we had
Adam.
time to watch movies.
Grady
Yes.
and then the Yorkies. So no actual ranch dogs. Do they go to the ranch in West Texas?
All 4 of them, yes.
Oh,
Yep.
And you bring them in the car?
We load them up.
TM Travels. The whole
Grady and
the whole
Birdie.
gang.
Grady.
Grady and Birdie.
Yes. The 2 Bassets.
Yes.
Mhm.
So no other animals? You have horses, cows, pigs?
Are you a ranch hand?
We don't have those at the moment, but at the ranch we feed the deer, we feed the hummingbirds, we feed the rabbits, we feed the wild pigs, all those things.
Wild pigs?
Well,
Well,
yes,
yeah, if you're on property.
But the wild pigs are not nice.
No,
No, you
We
gotta
shoot them.
kill them.
You just said you feed them.
to shoot them,
Well,
Oh, to shoot them.
to lure them in.
Oh, at the ranch you feed them to lure them.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, well I thought, well you said you feed the deer and I'm like, oh this is nice. And you
To
said you
shoot
well,
them
that's
too.
to shoot them as well.
You also said hummingbirds, so I'm like, oh, you feed the hummingbirds. I wasn't thinking like shooting all these.
I've never shot a hummingbird before.
No, but hummingbirds are very mean.
What?
Hummingbirds,
They fight each other.
They fight each other. They're really mean. They're like bullies.
Yeah, we're talking about hummingbirds. But yes, they do fight. They fight over the feeder.
They fight over the juice.
Yes, the nectar.
Interesting. Huh. Okay. I didn't know that about having birds,
Yes,
but
they get vicious.
So when you first started in new home sales, what did Melissa think of all of this?
It's really, again, one of those where I wasn't sold on being an engineer, and we were so broke. We just kind of made that pact that, hey, we're going to do this for a few years, make some money, and then get out. And she was on board, and we just never got out because there's always a backlog, right? You always have a backlog. You always have closings. You always have dirt deals that haven't closed yet. But again, in the meantime, just really enjoyed the business. It was tough on her because she had to bus the kids to baseball and select and the birthday parties and all those things. But it was just a sacrifice at that point. Because again, we're making money that an engineer's not going to make at the time.
Yeah.
Again, had no idea what this industry could do for you.
So how does your schedule look now
Now?
compared to being in NHC? Because I feel like we work all the time, which we love.
Yes.
We love. Like it's different because we love what we do, but I feel like we work all the
We
time.
work 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you won't last in this business.
Right.
Right? We're always on call.
Yes.
My routine now is alarm goes off at 4:30-ish. I'm in the office by 5:30, 5:45. Knock out emails until about 8 or 9, till the phone starts ringing.
That is a long time. What takes you so long doing emails?
How many have you already said you send him a day?
That's 2.5 hours of emails.
It's everything for the day.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because
it's going
you and
through
I
his
both
diary
know-
and writing out his to-do list.
Oh.
You and I both know once you get in your car,
Oh, it's over.
it's
Yeah.
over.
It's over.
So if I have to go see somebody at 9 or 10, grand opening, Durette's pulling us to the next community, Hannah's doing this in this community,
Yes.
your day is,
It's over.
it's pretty shot, right?
Yeah.
So that 3 or 4 hours in the morning, that quiet time is when I can line everything up for that entire day.
Okay. I thought you were just like sending emails for 2.5 hours. Like, I don't get any emails from you.
That's a lot of emails. But no, I don't send that many.
You don't send very many emails.
He's
Oh, yeah, I do.
He does, just not to us. He just waits for our phone call.
Ah.
So now that your family, and in particular your kids, have seen new home sales and then the creation and the success of Turner Mangum, have either of them expressed interest in following in Dad's footsteps in any capacity?
My daughter, no. She's a lot like I am. She's kind of my clone. She wants to do her own thing. And so we're going to let her do her own thing. Right now, that is culinary school.
Yes.
So she is running with that. She is a freshman in college baking at the moment.
Okay.
That is her passion. We're going to let her take her passion.
And we've had some of her baking.
Oh, yes.
It's delicious.
It's
So
amazing.
She
Well,
should
and
follow
again,
that.
that's what she wants to do.
Yeah.
And so anything she does, it's done with, she's super competitive. She's going to do it right. And she's very OCD.
Yeah.
She will redo an entire cake if the top frosting doesn't fall the way she wants it to.
She's like our dad.
So she may be running this whole thing in about 10 years, but right now she's saying she wants nothing to do with it. My son, he's the older one. He actually has his real estate license now.
Oh.
For him.
This is a new development.
Wow.
What?
See, that's a good line of questioning.
Wasn't even in our notes, but looky there. So Cole has his license.
He has his license. He will probably join in a
Is
couple
this
of months.
breaking news?
I guess it is.
2024, Turner
Oh.
Mangum is going to have their newest employee, Cole Turner.
That's the
What?
plan as of whatever today is in October.
Oh, look, we just got breaking news. The TNT has
Is that
been
breaking
spilled.
news?
I didn't know it.
I didn't know it.
Okay. Well, yeah. So that's
Well, Cole,
the latest and greatest.
if you're listening to your dad's podcast, we're excited for you to come aboard.
Yes.
Cool.
So what's
Okay.
Colt going to be doing? Or is that top secret?
Oh.
I haven't gotten that far yet.
Oh, okay.
He's probably gonna be your gopher for 6 months.
Yeah.
My gopher?
Yeah, everybody's gopher.
I did get him a name badge.
Yeah, a while
I
back.
knew that because I did know he was helping out with some tasks. But
The thing is, you want to show them perspective, right? Because you can tell when somebody is handed something, and I don't think anybody on our team has ever handed anything, right?
No.
no.
Not that I know of.
No, not that I know.
And so we want to instill that in him as well, to where no, he's never going to have to make $7 an hour, pay for his own college, clean the building when after hours to make more money. He's never going to have to do that, right? But we're not going to give him the keys to the castle either. So I I haven't thought a ton about it, but I foresee the first year or so is literally just whatever the grunt work is. Wherever a sign needs to be picked up, wherever,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, we can teach them MLS and say, here's 200 listings. Put them in by
Oh,
tomorrow.
bless it.
Oh,
He will be
Oh.
Vanessa's best friend. He will be Cheyenne's best friend.
Oh man.
It's going to be a stopgap. So we want him to learn every aspect of the business, just from the ground up.
Well, that's
So yeah, a couple
exciting.
months. If you need somebody to wait for center point to turn on the gas, wait there for 8 hours, like they make you do, you send the kid
Cole's the guy. Okay.
for now. Until his sister's the president and
Yeah. She's telling him what to do.
fires him or something.
So your favorite restaurant is Saltgrass.
I mean, I think
Steakhouse.
y'all ran with that. I like Saltgrass. My favorite restaurant is actually Grilling at Home.
Is what?
Grilling at
Oh,
Home.
okay. Okay.
But Saltgrass is really good. I don't hate it.
Anybody that knows Jared, if he's going to pick a spot, it's going to be Saltgrass. And Bryce and I, we tried to go elsewhere, but we know that's his comfort
When was the last
zone.
time we went to lunch? It's been.
We
when was
hadn't
the
had
last time we
time, but I feel like if we did, like if we left and went to lunch, you'd be like, "Let's go to Saltgrass," and you get the.
Yeah, what do you order there? I wouldn't even know what to order at Saltgrass.
Is it the
It's either chicken
Laredo
or
chicken?
Laredo or the steak. It's a steakhouse.
And
I'm glad y'all are having a great time with this.
so you would choose a Saltgrass steak over a different steakhouse steak?
he would choose his own if he had to choose.
If we're going somewhere nice, it's going to be Vic and Anthony's. It's going to be Perry's. It's going to be something like that. Saltgrass is a great middle of the road
He can
Stop
just
for lunch.
get fueled up
and go.
and back out. He didn't have to
I
wait
don't
around.
understand why this is such a mesmerizing event.
Okay,
Take-
well,
take a vote. Do you like Saltgrass?
I will eat there.
So she doesn't like
That's
Saltgrass.
no. That's listen. If anybody from Saltgrass is listening, I'm fine with it. Y'all are nice, but okay.
She's fine with it. Y'all are nice.
Let's.
Y'all are nice means. yeah.
If you
It's
did
fine. Say
have
it's fine.
something in your TMT mug, it
Uh-huh.
would be tequila,
Tequila.
Yeah.
right? That's your drink of choice.
Mm-hmm.
Specific tequila.
Right now it's Casamigos.
Okay. Sorry, we don't have any in your cup.
No. Not yet.
That's not the one with the bell, is it?
No.
What's the one with the bell called?
That's the Azul.
Ah.
It's really good though.
And you're a sipper?
We're just sippers.
Okay.
Yeah, not every night, but we're in real estate,
Okay.
so sometimes.
And you,
Sometimes when I
Sometimes
call
you
you late at night, I'm like, have you had some tequila? Because you're going to need some.
Well, the problem is when you call at night, it's not a yes or no answer. It's a what do you think about this budget and this and this and this and what should we do with this? And I'm trying to draw a flow chart after an
he
18-hour
and
day.
Grady and Bertie are just trying to sip their Casa.
The price mind does not stop.
It does not stop. No,
It is-
The
but,
wheels
nonstop.
keep turning.
but by 7, 8 o'clock, I can say yes or no.
and that's
But
when I
it's
call.
tough to really dig into like what's our financial budget for Q1,
I have
and you're like, what is it?
I have questions.
Just tell me.
Is there
Just tell me.
Is there anything else you would like to add about Turner Mangum
To add,
that you did not get to say? Anything else?
I mean, not really. It's I think the special thing is we are an independent company, so we play by our rules. We don't care what. There's no corporate directive
Right.
coming down on us. Nobody's telling us how to structure anything. We structure anything and everything we do by what our partners need. And I think we're really good at that. I think everybody has bought into that. That's why we do have a small team, because there are not a ton of people that just think that way. And that's why we're different. And that's why I think, or that's why I know that we're doing so well, is because different structures are better for our different partners, if that makes sense. Because we can turn on a dime if we need to. And I think that's the biggest difference, is to have that ability. But again, when we do turn, it is directed by our experience and our background. And again, nobody can copy that.
Uncopyable.
Well, thank you, Jared.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you are our first guest because we wouldn't be here without you.
That's
so
right.
Thank you for
Yes.
leaving New Home Sales and starting Turner Mangum those 8 years ago, whenever that was.
8-ish.
8-ish years ago. So Dorette and
Yes.
I love being a part of this
We do.
team. We love every day. For me, every day just doesn't even feel like work. I love what I do. And you know it because all I do is talk to you.
And ask if you're having fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes there's a
all the time. All the time. You're having fun? Yes. Well, this
Not even a question.
Well, thank you for listening to our first episode of New Home Connection. And we are rolling out a contest for you, the listener. So if you follow, like, and subscribe to New Home Connection on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and our YouTube channel, you will be entered to win a one-night stay at the Post Oak Hotel in Houston.
What? Post it for a chance at the postie. I'm here for it. Post it up.
Posting for the postie.
Yes.
And you will get a
Seriously?
bonus. There's a bonus to this.
Breaking news.
There's a bonus entry if you take a selfie, tag us on Instagram, but your selfie has to include your favorite Turner Mangum swag item.
Yes.
So that can be a Stanley, a notepad, a pen,
Pin, hat,
hat,
t-shirt,
t-shirts,
calendar,
calendar,
any swag.
typewriters.
Paperweight, anything.
Oh,
No one has a
no
paperweight.
one has that. Nobody wants that.
Don't give out false information.
So follow, like, and subscribe for your entry to win and a bonus entry if you tag yourself in a selfie with your favorite swag item.
Yes.
And tune in next week. We have a very special guest. He was a hostess with the mostest, but now he is a division president of one of the most well-known builders in the nation. So we look
Yes.
forward to you tuning in. Thank you for listening.
Talk to y'all next time.